Myself, Sanket Kalyani. Some of the surprised faces in the audience might be thinking that what is an awkward shaped guy sitting on a wheelchair going to share on such a great TED platform. Am I right? You will come to know soon, my friends. Have patience. In life, for doing something, one requires a big yes from their heart. For not doing a thing, you might be finding 1,000 reasons. As you all can see that I can't walk. I have heard people questioning, doubting, advising that how would I be able to stand on my feet. I have simply replied that I am standing on my wheels. What I can share from my experience, friends, that once you really have a will to fly, mark my words, you can definitely fly on your wheels. Everyone's life has its own summer and winter. The same way mine is full of cheers and tears. Till the age of 5, I was completely physically fit. I used to play cricket with my dad. I used to dance. You can say in simple words that me and my parents were enjoying my childhood like the normal one. But all of a sudden one day, I felt pain in my right hand. My parents took me to the doctors, and as expected, the doctors informed my parents that I might have got hurt while playing with my friends, and because of that I am feeling the pain. He prescribed some of the basic treatment, and the things become in a couple of days that nothing would have happened. But with the passage of weeks, I was not able to stand on my feet. It was diagnosed that I am suffering from the disease called rheumatoid arthritis. Generally, this disease appears into the body after the age of 40. But I am an exceptional case. If you gather around 20,000 children at one place, you might be finding a case like me. If you truly ask, I doubt the statistics. Yeah, come on. If you allow me to rate myself, I would say that I am one in a millennium case. Well, to get rid of the disease, my parents had tried everything. There might be few of the orthopedic surgeons left in the city to whom we have not consulted. Each and every doctor has tried or experimented something by saying that though we cannot rectify the damage that has already been done, we can certainly try to restrict the further damage. Multiple operations done on my body, and some of them were in the season of summer. You can just imagine, friends, that half of your body under plaster in such hot environment, how it would been filled. Well, my parents also had been taken me to Mumbai for having the expert opinion, but the things never turned into our favor. Along with the rheumatoid arthritis disease, I had also suffered with some of the major issues like rheumatic fever. My heart had got enlarged at one place, continuous vomiting, etc., etc. During the medically struggling phase of my life, you can say that the medicine was the only daily food for me. Well, we had also undergone the homeopathic and Ayurvedic treatment, but all the things were in vain. A moment that gave a meaning and a U-turn to my life was the brave decision of my parents to make me educate along with the medical treatment. Here I would like to ask the society at large, especially the parents of physically challenged children, that why you are not making your child educate? By not making them educate, you are just leaving them to live upon the mercy of the world at large during your absence. Please don't do that. Well, if I speak something about my educational journey, I had been enrolled directly in the 4th standard by my parents. With the preparation of just 3 weeks and the guidance of the private tutors, I had cleared it with 90% of marks. This was the first victory which we had. As it was not possible for me to go and attend the school on a daily basis, we brought private tutors home. Howsoever, the exams were supposed to be written on the school premises itself. It was not like that during my educational journey, my parents were walking on the piece of a cake. Sitting arrangement to be made on the ground floor with separate table and chair, extra writing time facilities were always remain a concern. Unfortunately, throughout my academic career, my parents had to fight, sometimes with the management and sometimes with the government authorities. Still, I topped till 12th standard in my school. In the year 2001, one very much important incident had happened. Both my parents were working on the general shift to make my future financially secured as well by leaving me alone at home. As you all might be knowing that the massive earthquake hit the state of Gujarat during the year of 2001. We were living on the first floor at that time. Whenever the quake come, everybody was used to run towards the open ground to save their life. In such critical scenario, who even bothered to think about such physically challenged person? I, being the dependent one, threatened like anything. I used to tell my parents each and every time that the house is vibrating, let's run, let's run. It was like a psychological issue. My dad took a note of it, and the very next day he resigned from his job. He told me that, my child, I'll be staying with you and now not to worry. This heads off decision pulled me out of the psychological trauma. When I cleared my 12th standard in the year 2004, my dad had an opportunity to attend one seminar called What to Do After 12th. After attending the seminar, he requested the faculty, Sandeep sir, about me and requested him to come and guide me at our home, as I desperately wanted to do something in my life. Sandeep sir came at our home on the very next day, and on that day itself, he told my parents that now to make me a chartered accountant would be his prime goal. That's why it has been written, my friends, that where there is a will, there is a way. After completing the all admission formalities, with the ray of hope that something can be done to improvise my physical treatment, we had decided to take a Kit Kat break of one and a half year to focus on my medical treatment by taking the break from my educational journey. But whoever knew that the hope is going to be hopeless very soon. One of the well-known doctors suggested that we should undergo the treatment for one and a half year, and after completing the treatment, I would be able to walk on my feet. The initial treatment which was planned was like to operate and release the muscles backside of my knees, and later on the gradual traction to be given to make my legs straight. Unfortunately, I was not taken care properly by the intern. The intern completely reversed the treatment. He first given me the traction and later on did the operation. For giving the traction, it was required to drill through my legs 4 times at a stretch, and that too without injecting the dose of medicine to make my leg sensation less. It was truly painful. Well, it was a week passed by, and after that they decided to make the operation. Once the operation gets over, there was no sensation at all in my right leg. When these things informed to the doctors took it on a very lighter note, and they, according to them, that some of the veins were choked up in my right leg during the operation. The injection will clear the path of vein and the things will become normal within just next 24 hours. But whoever knew the outcome? The panel of doctors had tried their everything to pick a vein to inject the medicine, but they were unable to do so. They made around 50 to 60 punches in my body, but as my body is not that transparent, they were not able to do that. One of the so-called experienced doctors said that the consultation of neurosurgeon is required to pick a vein from my head. But by that time, it was too late. My right leg had become completely dead and the wet gangrene had happened in that. The doctors very casually informed my parents that now my right leg needs to be amputated, otherwise I am not going to survive a day more. My heartbeat was running around 200 per minute. It was like the countdown from death to life, which has already begun. But finally, my right leg got amputated. These all things happened within just 15 days. When we left home, we left with the hope that upon my return, we will be able to walk. But when we actually returned, we returned with my right leg amputated. It has been rightly said, my friends, that the injuries would heal more quickly if you keep moving. So I decided to resume my studies. But again, whoever knew that the toughest time of my educational life was yet to come. My complete dependency and immobilization caused many severe issues like the extreme constipation, severe body pain, etc., etc. Due to such panicking hurdles, my study plan got piled up like anything, and which ultimately resulted into stress. One morning, I shouted like anything and became unconscious. I was not even recognizing my parents. The doctors diagnosed it as an epilepsy stroke. During the stroke, my mind got detached from my body. The strokes hit 2 to 3 times on a regular interval of around 4 to 5 days. The consequences of the strokes were so harsh that I was not able to recall or retain the things for more than 10 to 15 minutes. If I used to read a page of a book and went to another one, I was not able to recall that what I had just read. It affected my confidence drastically, and I failed in CA final in 5 consecutive attempts. But one fine morning, my parents told me that we trust you, and come what may be the circumstances, you are going to do this. These words proved magical, friends. How even can I forget the support of my besties throughout the time? It has been rightly said that everything in life is achievable outside your comfort zone and inside your effort zone. I repeat, everything in life is achievable outside your comfort zone and inside your effort zone. I regathered myself and started the studies from the scratch. And I have written somewhere in my creations that when the night is at its darkest point, it's the sign that the sunrise is about to happen. And finally that day came and I became the chartered accountant. The reflection of happiness in my parents' heart was simply unexplainable at that time. Chartered accountancy cannot be considered as merely a degree for me. It's like a real tribute given by me to my mentor, Sir Sandeep sir, who dreamed to make me a chartered accountant. Well, upon becoming the chartered accountant, I proved myself upon the educational satisfaction. But you all maybe agree with me that learnings and earnings should always go hand in hand. After putting so much of efforts and striving hard, if you are not able to grab the job, and that's only because you are physically challenged, it hurts. And it hurts like hell. Leaving all ifs and buts aside, I applied to grab the job. I had been shortlisted by two of the companies during my campus placement. When I had been called for an interview, the interviewer was so much confused that whether I would be able to justify the job profile or not, looking at my physical condition. I'm really grateful to that person who is my manager, Mr. Hitendra Dagra, who thought that I deserve an opportunity and he allowed me to prove myself. And presently, I am working as a project manager on multiple projects in that company. Well, Hitendra sir is the person who always considered me on the basis of my merit, and whatever I have gained in my professional life is due to the trust and confidence he has on my skills and efforts. I do agree that the life of a physically challenged person never gonna be so easy. But yes, what matters is your perception. If I and my parents would have always cried on the situations we were, it would have never been possible for us to convert the never-ending darkest night into the one beautiful morning. I'm really thankful to my parents for always keeping alive the flame of confidence inside me. In true notes, they are the ones who made their raw diamond shine like a real one. Well, I would here like to urge the society as a whole that if you are perfectly physically fit or economically very sound, then it's just not the matter of pride, but it's your moral responsibility to boost the confidence of a physically challenged person or the person who has not blessed with such things. Yes, I do agree that the charity always begins at home. So what I can assure to the society at large, that I will be the happiest person if I can share or if I can contribute my share of help in the any manner it's required. I have written somewhere in my creations that the one helping hand can make the person legend. On coming to an end, what I can say that this becoming a chartered accountant or achieving new professional heights cannot be considered as a true goal for life. Then might be merely the means for achieving them. Then what can be the real goal of life? Well, if you ask me, I would definitely say that love all and become beloved of all. I'm sure that you will all agree with me that the way Hitendra sir and Sandeep sir trusted me and helped me to make me reach to the place where I am or where I will be, if the society as a whole treats each and every person in the same manner, the world will certainly be a better place to live, isn't it? Yes. Thank you.